Let me hit you with something straight out of sci-fi. Imagine this, a robot that actually feels things, like real heat, pressure, pain, even a paper cut. Yeah, not just detect stuff, but genuinely sense it, like human skin. Sounds wild, right? Well, hold on to your neural nets because scientists in the UK just pulled it off. Researchers from Cambridge and UCL have created this freakishly advanced synthetic skin that lets robots feel. And I don't mean in a Wall-E has feelings kind of way. I mean real-time heat, pressure, even damage. And here's where it gets bananas. This isn't just a bundle of sensors slapped on a robot arm. The entire material is the sensor. All of it, like your skin, where any part of it can register touch. They made the whole skin out of this jelly-like, stretchy, electrically conductive stuff. Kind of like a gelatin-based hydrogel. I know, sounds like dessert, but this tech is anything but soft. So instead of putting little pressure pads and heat sensors in specific zones, the whole skin becomes an intelligent surface. Think about that. Tap it, it feels that. Burn it, feels that too. Slash it with a blade, it senses the damage in real time. And yeah, they literally tested that with a scalpel. Now here's the cool part. The skin has over 860,000 tiny conductive pathways. That's a crazy amount of data pouring in. And instead of wiring up each one individually, they just used 32 electrodes placed at the wrist and boom, sucked out more than 1.7 million data points from the hand. How does it process all that info without exploding into sparks? Machine learning. The team trained a model to recognize patterns from different touches. So it doesn't just say, hey, something touched me. It goes, oh hey, that's a finger tap, that's heat. Oh, that's a sharp cut. Better freak out. And the cherry on top? It's super cheap to make. We're talking low cost, durable, flexible, and scalable. Like this isn't just for research labs, this could actually be commercial. Now let's pause for a sec because I gotta ask, would you actually be cool with robots that feel pain? Like, do we want robots getting upset when we bump into them? Let me know in the comments. No judgment. I'm honestly still trying to wrap my head around that one. But this isn't just about making robo-humans or creepy androids. This has major real-world applications. Think prosthetics that give real sensory feedback. Like, imagine a prosthetic hand that lets the wearer feel a hot mug or the softness of a cat. That's not just life-changing, that's world-changing. Or disaster relief bots that can feel debris or collapsing structures and respond delicately. No clunky, crushing limbs. We're talking sensitivity. And in cars? Touch-sensitive interiors that know when you're gripping too tight from stress. Maybe even adaptive controls that respond to emotional pressure. Yeah, we're going there. But here's the kicker, this new skin is still not as good as human skin. Not yet. But according to the researchers, it's better than anything else out there right now. And that's no small flex. They literally calibrated it using real human touch data. Honestly, it's kind of poetic. They're teaching machines to feel by letting us show them how. Bit romantic, no? Anyway, back to the tech. This approach is called multimodal sensing. Most other skins use different sensors for different inputs, one for pressure, one for heat, one for damage. That means you get interference. Signals mess each other up. Plus, they're expensive and fragile. But this method uses one kind of sensor material that reacts differently depending on the type of touch. So yeah, it's a bit harder to interpret the signals at first. But once the machine learning model kicks in, it gets smarter with every tap, pinch, and poke. Oh, and get this, they molded the skin into the shape of a human hand. That's right, full-on squishy Terminator vibes. They tested it by blasting it with heat guns, pressing it with robotic arms, and just casually poking it with fingers. Each time the system logged the touch, analyzed it, and reacted accordingly. They even straight up cut it with a blade. Just to prove it could tell the difference between a gentle press and a violent slice, which is equal parts cool and mildly horrifying. But here's the wildest thing. This skin could be melted down and reshaped into anything, not just hands, complex shapes. So we're talking full-body applications. Robots with back sensors, vehicles with touch-aware panels, even smart clothes maybe. Samsung's already involved. The research got funding from their global outreach program. That's a big deal. When a tech giant starts sniffing around university research, you know it's not just academic. And this could ripple into the AI world too. Think about robots that don't just process visual data, but physical experiences. You combine this with advanced neural networks, and you've got machines that understand the world in a way that's not just 0S and 1S. That's a level of empathy in AI that no one's really cracked yet. Imagine therapy bots that can feel a person's grip tightening in anxiety, or elder care robots that know if someone's getting too warm or too cold. You're not just teaching robots to move, you're teaching them to care. Alright, your turn to chime in. If this skin goes mainstream, like actually makes it into consumer tech, where do you want to see it used first? Prosthetics, cars, wearable tech? Or are we diving full Iron Man with this? Let me know in the comments. This is the kind of stuff that makes or breaks how humans and machines interact in the next decade. And hey, if you're loving this kind of next-gen tech deep dive, hit that like button, smash subscribe, and turn on that bell. We're dropping breakdowns like this every single week. Next up, we're digging into Elon's mind-reading Neuralink demo. Yeah, the one where a monkey plays Pong with its brain. You don't want to miss that. Catch you in the next one.